Hey guys, and thank you for joining me today. I have come on today with a show and tell, and I am going to show you my planner, my junk journal planner. So last year I did a planner per month, but they were massive. So I thought I'll try and simplify it this year, and I'm doing a planner per quarter, and it's still pretty big, but not as big. I mean, it's basically the same size as one of my monthly ones was last year. So this is my April, May and June one. I didn't show you January, February, March because I never really thought about it because it's just my planner. And now it's full up of all my stuff. So I'm not going to show you that one, but I will show you this one, which is empty. And I've just finished doing the planner pages for April. So on the front here, I just put this picture on, which I think I just got off of Instagram. And it kind of just represented spring, so it looks kind of like cherry blossoms and a bit of transformation. And then I've got this pretty fabric around it and some other different fabric on the back, so kind of spring colours. It's got 6 signatures, and I made it out of a Amazon envelope, and then on the back I just ignore this. I made a little pocket because I also have a gratitude journal that I write in, and I've just put some magnets on there to keep it closed, and the gratitude journal goes in the back, but that is with my other planner for now. So basically, like I say, it's got 6 signatures. It's got some nice pink binding, 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and each month has 2 signatures. So the first signature is like a kind of overall for the month, like things I'm tracking, goals and stuff. And the second signature is what is basically blank, and I just write in like my daily, like what I've got planned that day, what I did yesterday. What else do I write in it? I do like a tarot card drawing for the day, so I write about that in there. And I also stick in pictures that I've taken from the day, so it's a bit of like memory keeping kind of scrapbook. Any notes and things like that I stick in. So I'll just show you, I've just done April's first signature, which is yet to be filled in, but it's kind of the skeleton. So I will show you what I do for my planning. So I've got, this is my first kind of inside cover page, and again I think I took that out of Instagram or somewhere. It just says, "In change, find the courage to bloom," which I thought was a nice little springtime quote. And then I've just got a quick overview of the days for each of the months that it covers. That's just from magazine in the background. And this is a bookmark that I made. So Priscilla at Release the Craft, and I'm on her Patreon, and she does like monthly magic type things, monthly what am I trying to say? Monthly like plannery type things, but on the kind of the more witchy side. So this is like a bookmark, and then for April, and then I can just write any significant events, spells to do, and any other notes. And I've backed it on Dragon's Fire incense box because A, it smells delicious, and B, it reminded me because it's Aries season, and Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the goddess of war, and Aries is a fire sign. So I just thought that's a fitting backing for it, and yeah, it smells lush. So a lot of my planner stuff is from Magical Crafting, so I'm on her Patreon as well, and every month she does a mood board, so I like to stick that in, and then she does some planner stickers. So all these things are like, all the stuff that's kind of this theme is from Magical Crafting. So I tend to start off just by putting title page and the mood board that she provides us, and then I like to do the correspondences, so I tend to take that from my Llewellyn's book of correspondences. And then I have a little section about the moons for the month. So what I will do is I will see what date, I don't do all of them, I do like new, quarter, full and last quarter, and then what star sign it's in, and then I just put the date and then stick the relevant one of those to that. And then here we've got a page out of the 2025 Witch's Diary. So a bit about April, moon, and a bit about goddess. And then also there's a little new beginning spell in there as well. This is out of the Llewellyn's diary from last year, and this is just some what's it called, jelly plate printing page that I made with some like flowers and stuff like that. And then I've got another witch's diary. I basically just take all my planners and diaries, rip them apart and stick them in my one planner. So this talks about the fish moon for April, because as we know, all the moons have loads of different names depending where you are, and things like that. And then some correspondences for April. It says Taurus here, but Taurus doesn't actually start until later on in April. It's more Aries. Aphrodite, bit of info about Aphrodite. And this says, believe in your heart that I'm guessing that's supposed to say that you're meant to live a life full of passion, purpose, magic and miracles. And this is out of a calendar, so this is a pocket, but it's out of a calendar from last year, which was like a moon phase calendar, and this was for April, so I stuck that in there. As blank, I'm going to stick something on there at some point. This is my little bingo card for my Magical Crafting Planner stickers, and I like to do bingo of things that bring me joy, so I will fill these things in with what I want to do this month to make time for joy. Now, as you probably know, if you've seen my earlier videos, I am currently post-op, so I'm still in recovery for pretty much all of April, actually. So it does mean that I can't do a great deal of stuff, and I'm a very naturally productive person, so it's very, very hard for me just to not do anything. But I can do crafting, I can read books, I can watch telly. I've got a stack of things to watch on the telly, so I can do those sorts of things. And the weather's starting to get nice as well, so I can make sure I go out in the garden. So that's what these things will say. It'll be like, have a telly night, watch film, sit in the garden, sit in nature, you know, that sort of thing. Have a little walk, because I have to start trying to do little walks and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's what that will be filled with. I do a sleep tracker. I don't actually know why. I was trying to think, like, when I go through this, I'll explain why I do a sleep tracker. I don't actually know why. Like, sometimes I'm really good at sleeping and sometimes I'm not very good at sleeping, and I just like to track it, and I like to see how many hours I slept in the month versus the average that I should have slept, if you base it on an 8-hour a night average, and then what it was versus last month. So yeah, and I just do a little highlighter of it with some little codes as to why, like how my night went. And then I do like a weight loss tracker. So I try and eat less than 1,500 calories a day on a weekday. I'm not really that bothered on a weekend. And I don't try and like lose weight for anyone other than myself. I like to make sure, like, really, if I can, the only exercise I do is walking the dog. And if I can walk the dog for a long time, if I can actually enjoy the walk, then I know that I'm healthier that week or that time. And that's kind of it. But because I don't do much exercise else, that means I do have to keep an eye on how much I'm eating. And yeah, I just don't want to feel like constantly out of breath and that sort of thing. So that's the only reason I track my weight, really. It's not because of anyone else, basically. And my husband would love me no matter how big I was. So the next page is my goals page, and if you saw my it was one of the Hither and Yon freebie flip through kits from November or December, and it must have been December, or January, no, December, and it was like a planner thing, and and it's basically my whole goals for the year. So I take what I want out of that and then do some bits towards it, otherwise it's quite a lot. to do at once, but I like to have a couple of things to focus on in a month. So again, this is going to be a very low effort month. For my goals, it will be more around my well-being goals and that sort of thing, like read more, do some colouring in, that sort of stuff. And this is just another one out of Magical Crafting's Patreon, where she does recipes. So this is for a spring cleaning simmer pot. So that's just chuck all that stuff in a pan and it'll smell nice. This is my financial section, because again, I'm having a no spend year and I like to make sure that I am keeping on track of everything. So this page is to justify when I'm buying stuff I'm not supposed to buy, and I get to tick off every day that I don't spend money on stuff that I, you know, luxuries. And then I just track everything that I spend, and I categorise it from groceries, bills, animals, gifts, food and drink, other, which is generally what ends up going in here. But I'm actually doing really well at not buying rubbish. And then I do like an average so far, average for the whole month, and then the monthly total versus last month, and then the difference. Then I've just got a few kind of blank pages dotted throughout, just because I'll add stuff in over the month. This is a bit that comes out of, I've got like this 5-year planner. So I just pull out the month stuff for that, and you can, if I've done like some sort of spellcraft in that month, I can record it on here. And then it's got a where I just put in everything that I've got on this month, and then I can also add in little pictures of what it is. And I like to do a tarot for the month as well. I use my Poe tarot for my monthly ones. And then this page is for important dates, so I kind of take them out of here and transpose it onto here, and then just list them out into their little categories so I don't forget. And then I've just got lots of little pictures and stickers. And I know this is very rough and dirty, and that's exactly how I like it, because I have enough journals and things that I try and make pretty and do all the fun stuff too. This is like just get it out there, get it ready, get it made, and then just start filling it up. And again, it is just made purely out of junk mail and things like that. This is my to-dos page. So I like to again categorize them into all the different sections, and then if I just need specific reminders for anything, then I can just write them in here. And I stuck this sticker on take a walk, because I do need to remember to do walks. And then this is my watch list, and instead of things that I want to watch, I like to write down things I have watched, just to remind me. Again, a couple of blank pages, some cute little kitty cats. More blank pages I will add stuff to. This is just to write down any books that I've read, and this is just a little page tab I made out of an old calendar I had, which was like a monthly cocktail calendar. And that was just a bit on the back, you know, where it summarises it all. More blank pages. I made quite a lot of extra pages in this month's one. This paper I made out of broccoli water, like purple sprouting broccoli, I think, and I never strained it, and it's got bits of broccoli in it. So remember to strain your water. That's just the rest of that. I made that, I think that was a bubble wrap, and then that, and then, you know, sometimes when you get a bottle of wine and it comes in that like netting, that's what those lines are. This is my meal planning page, so I will just, I mean, my husband has to cook all the dinners at the moment whilst I'm not able to do much, so I'll plan it and tell him what to have. This is just random, so I do have a gratitude journal, and I write down 3 things I'm grateful for every day, but this is like ad hoc gratitude, like throughout the month, when I just think, yeah, that was a good thing that happened, and I'll just write it down. Any notes for the month, and then just any reflections I have. And then the second signature for the month, so I've got my to-do list things. These are from Artsy Fartsy Life, Tara Jacobson. So I'll fill those in each week. This is from a Magical Crafting affirmation book, and I basically write down all my affirmations that I do each day, and then it has a heading one, so I have a different one of those each month. And this, I've got this like a pad of these from, I want to say which box or which casket, one of the two. And I just kind of, you know, I have these kind of floating for each week. And then I just got my daily ones. These are just plain pages that I can just write and stick things to and just add bits and pieces to throughout the month. So it's all just completely plain. There's some like bags in here so I can add stuff in. That's just some old paper that I had sprayed coffee spray through stencils. And yeah, I just do my daily I call it like a daily ritual. Every morning I will light an incense, light a candle, do some meditation and just write about what my day's doing, and then that'll be me. So that was it really. I just come on to show you that quickly, and I hope that you liked what you saw there, and if you do, please do like and subscribe and leave me comments below. Do you like to do planning? Do you make a planner? Do you do bullet journaling? Did you get any inspiration from what I just showed you? I mean, it's very much like how it works for me, and I know everybody's very different, but if any of you got any ideas for how you'd like to do planning, then please do let me know in the comments. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, and I will speak to you soon.